This is the all-new Mazda CX-60. I'm Bernd and you are watching Asia Auto Ambassador, today with the first full review on the new Mazda flagship. A large grille dominates the front of the Mazda CX-60. The headlamps are quite small. LED headlamps come as standard equipment, and depending on the trim level there will also be matrix LED lights or adaptive LED lights available. The large grille is not only a design element, but it's also functional because we still have ICE engines here behind the grille. The Mazda CX-60 is the first car of the Japanese brand that is carried by a new platform, a rear-wheel drive platform. And starting in 2023 there will be inline-six-cylinder engines, a 3.3-liter diesel coming with two different power output versions, and a 3-liter Skyactic-X petrol engine. Both come as 84-volt mild hybrids. The first model version of the CX-60, however, is an electrified one. Here we have the eSkyactiv PHEV called model that has a system power output of 327 horsepower, so it's the strongest production Mazda ever, and the maximum torque is 500 Newton meters. How does that work? We have the already known 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine here under the hood that is known from the Mazda CX-5 or Mazda 6, for example. This engine has a power of 191 horsepower, and there's an electric motor with up to 100 kilowatts or 136 horsepower. This is packaged together with the 8-speed automatic transmission. Let's have a look at the design here, the profile view of the Mazda CX-60. It's got classic proportions, large wheels, 20-inch wheels are here on that car. They don't look too big because the car itself is quite big. It measures 4 meters and 75 in length. There will be, here in Europe at least, 4 different trim levels: Prime Line, Exclusive Line, Homura, a name that has been known for special editions at Mazda, will be the Sportive, luxury Sportive trim level, and here we've got the Takumi, which is the noble top model with these glossy 20-inch rims and a lot of special equipment in the interior. Coming back to the plug-in hybrid for a second, so it's not only the ICE engine and the electric motor, but of course you need a battery that is in the floor of the car. It measures 17.8 kilowatt hours in terms of capacity, and the range, according to the WLTP driving circle, is up to 63 kilometers, of course depending on the wheels and the trim, so that means depending on the weight of the car. The electricity can be charged with up to 7.2 kilowatts, so that means in about 2.5 hours the car is fully loaded. The top speed in the EV mode is 140 kilometers per hour, so in most of the markets with speed limits of 120, 130 kilometers per hour, you can drive electrically all the time. If you want to really push the pedal to the metal, both engines work together, and then you can achieve 0 to 105.8 seconds, and the top speed is electronically limited to 200 kilometers per hour. The CX-60 is big, looks kind of new, but still is following the typical Mazda design language. This is what I like, because it's really a true flagship of the brand. You also see that here at the rear with these LED rear lights. Let's open the tailgate. The boot capacity measures 570 liters. You've got a removable floor here, additional storage underneath, and of course you can fold down the rear seats by pulling here, and the maximum loading capacity is 1,726 liters. If that's not enough, you can of course also tow a trailer. The towing capacity of the plug-in hybrid is up to 2.5 tons, which is quite a lot for an electrified SUV. And depending on the trim level and the options, and of course depending on the market, there will be an additional drive mode that can be chosen for the driving with a trailer. So then the torque and the all-wheel drive system will be adjusted. Talking about the all-wheel drive system, by the way, the platform is a rear-wheel drive platform. However, the CX-60 is a permanent all-wheel drive car, and 90% of the power comes to the rear wheels, depending on the driving mode, and then the system can adjust it with up to 50% to the front wheels. But now we will have a look inside. Please join me. My height is 1 meter 92 centimeters. This is 6 feet 3 inches. I adjusted the driver's seat into my personal seating position, and I still have enough space behind my imaginary self. There's enough room for the legs and knees and the feet. The bench is quite comfortable, and also there is enough headroom, even with the panoramic sunroof, which is part of the optional equipment list. So if you need more headroom, just skip the sunroof. There will still be fresh air for the rear seat passengers by the air vents here. Then we've got the knobs for the buttons for the seat heating, 2 USB-C power outlets, and also an electricity socket, a power socket here. Here we've got the Takumi Core top model that comes with the bright Nappa leather seats. Here's some nice fabrics, dark fabrics, and they show inspiration from the Japanese kimono design. So it looks quite interesting and underlines the premium approach. Same for the door panel with wood, silver, plastics, of course, that's plastics, and fabric, bright fabric. That all looks quite nice. Let's have a look into the cockpit. The cockpit looks modern, but still is a typical Mazda cockpit with the steering wheel, of course, in front of the driver, but you have a almost perfect seating position. And if you want, there will be a driver personalization system that comes as an option in some of the trim levels. And if you put in your height, the system recognizes the position of your eyes, and it shall then adjust the steering wheel and the seat electrically and automatically. And if you then want to also store your favorite radio station, for example, and the temperature of the climate control, the vehicle will recognize you and will change all the settings for you. There is a new 12.3 inches digital instrument cluster behind the steering wheel. We have got a pre-production vehicle here, so we cannot really change all the layout. So for the moment we just need to look at this. There will be a head-up display as well, 3 times bigger than the one in the Mazda 3. And how this all works, we need to try out at a later stage when we are able to test drive the car. There's another 12.3 inches display here in the center console, which is, yes, it's kind of a touchscreen, but only when the vehicle is parked, and only for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, the smartphone integration. You cannot use it as a touchscreen for the car menu. There's a controller here in the center console, which I like very much. It's intuitive. Also while driving, you can surf through the menus, navigation, hybrid information. You can adjust the volume of the audio system by another knob and change radio stations or music tracks. So that's all quite easy and simple. Here we've got the gear shifter of the shift-by-wire 8-speed automatic transmission and the drive mode controller. The air condition has also got A lot of buttons for temperature change, for the seat heating, seat ventilation and steering wheel heating. So that is all quite classic, quite intuitive, quite easy to handle, and also it looks quite nice, especially here in the Takumi version. We've got the fabric I just mentioned, the door panel also here at the dashboard, very nice stitching. So yeah, it's really a premium feel. There's enough of space and a nice interior design. Yeah, it's really a premium vehicle. Prices of the CX-60 of course vary from market to market. Here in Germany, the plug-in hybrid starts at 70,400 euros, and the Takumi we see here, the full spec model, starts at just below 53,000 euros. First vehicles shall hit European dealerships in early summer 2022. Not sure about the US market. And in addition to the CX-60, maybe in 1 year's time, we will see a second large SUV on the same platform, the CX-80, that comes with a larger overhang at the rear and a 7-seater option. Thank you very much for joining me in these first impressions of the Mazda CX-60. I hope you liked the video, you comment it, you share it with your friends, you watch again, and of course I would highly appreciate if you subscribe to this channel and also if you follow Asia Auto Ambassador on Instagram. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye bye.